on the Twitter. Not the Twitter, the Twitch.
Oh,
look, we're live on Twitch.
It's a bad way to
Twitter
start.
as well.
It's a real bad way to
start.
That's rude.
So, but we're also ready to record the podcast whenever you are.
That's good. I'm ready.
What'd you say?
I'm ready.
No, what was first? You said that's good.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is
I'm
good.
ready to go.
All right. I think everything's ready.
Okay.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Banned book week, our banned book thing always gets me like really riled
Get
up.
you riled up? Good.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
should. That's the
Good
whole point.
That's good content.
Well, I mean,
I'll
that's the
kill
point
him.
of
No, I won't
discussing
I
it.
won't kill anybody.
Yeah.
Off air.
Right.
I will.
You know what I need to figure out, though?
What?
Why Farewell to Arms was banned.
Farewell
Do you know why?
to arms.
Do you know why it was?
I don't know. Wasn't Ernest Hemingway kind of a jerk? Maybe they're just like,
Yeah,
he's
like,
kind
we
of a
just don't like him.
jerk. Didn't he like threaten
Yeah, I've heard that.
Fitzgerald?
It says it was accused of being pornographic.
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Somebody showed their ankle.
Yeah.
This is
that's
good.
Exactly
This is good
what it is.
podcasting.
It
We're not
it's too
recording
good.
that.
I
We're
know.
not recording
I
the
know.
podcast.
We got to get in the zone.
This is 162. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. So you want to get into the auto zone right now is what
Make-
you just said.
That's exactly what I
All
said.
right,
yeah.
162.
Thank you for recognizing.
What are we're talking the Man Booker at one point.
Short list.
Short list.
Yeah,
And
we'll do that
then
in
we're
book news.
talking about banned books.
Banned books.
All right. No, I'm in it.
Okay.
Woo!
You want me to slap you hard across the
I
face?
might have to slap myself in the face because
Okay.
that Pepsi did not do it.
Oh, usually it does.
Well,
You're a Pepsi man.
you just knocked over that pile of
Did I?
audiobooks. Yeah, you wanted them.
Well, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I did.
that's what you sound like in my head.
That's
You're
Well, I mean, I'm on tape quite a lot, so.
yeah. Well,
All right. Oh, is Superman too far over? Hold on. How's that? Tell me.
Superman's fine.
He is-
Nobody,
all right, just-
nobody's ever like more Superman.
That's true. Well, we have Henry Cavill and DC Comics to thank for that. so.
Tattooed, how's it going? We're
Yeah.
about to start recording the podcast. How are you doing? This is the only time in which we address the actual Twitch chat.
I try to respond.
We're
I try
monsters.
to respond sometimes.
Tattooed just got a dog,
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What kind of dog?
a shepherd mix.
Oh.
I'm answering everything for
Yeah,
Tattooed
you
now,
are. I
so
mean, he's
get
right
outta
there.
here.
You could tell us. That's okay. Congrats on the new dog. That's great. I have
All
an
right.
old dog.
You're an old dog?
No, I said I have an old dog.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Your dog and my dog, Scooter, same age.
Are they?
Pretty much.
Yeah, Arbuckle's 9.
Scooter, we got him. Hold on, I do this.
Wow.
October 24th.
My dog has so much life.
October 2014, he would have been 6. So October 2018, he'll be 10. Oh
Wait,
my gosh.
How come he gets to leave work early? I want to leave work early.
Because I want to spend time with my buddy.
Well, that makes
yeah,
sense.
I want to
Yeah,
do the same.
We all want to spend time with our buddy. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right,
Boy,
good for you. Good
we
for
are
you.
coming in loud.
Good for you.
I'm going to turn us down a bit
Okay.
on the OBS. OBS? More like OBS. You knew where I was going with that.
I did, yeah.
All right, here, let's do the podcast.
Okay.
Here we go.
Let's do it.
Welcome to episode 162 of the All the Books Show, where we talk about book news, author news, and literary news. I'm Eric Mickles.
I'm Nick Gunning.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
I guess, I was gone for the weekend, so it feels like I've been away.
Yeah, I've been
And
here. Yeah.
I had some real gross food poisoning on Friday,
So
so
you
I
weren't
missed
here on
Friday,
Friday,
too.
yeah.
So 3-day weekend.
Yeah, so literally welcome back,
Not
Nick.
the kind of. Thank you. Thank
Eric's
you.
been keeping the lights on.
Yeah, you have. How are
Nobody's
things?
better at
how are
keeping
things
the
in my
lights on than
absence?
this guy.
Yeah, it's
I turn the light on.
because you're an insomniac.
That's
you
true.
Stay up all
That's
night.
true.
That's
Somebody's like, hey, let's rob that
nothing
place.
to brag about.
It's 3 a.m. And they
Yeah.
get there, and there I am just
Can't
like
do it.
eating a bowl of ice cream watching
This guy's awake. The Golden
Vietnam
Girls.
okay, I was about to say the Vietnam documentary.
Yeah.
But you suggested Golden Girls.
Yeah, which is funnier, I think.
Yeah.
So
I
that
would
makes
think so,
sense.
too.
That makes sense. Well, it's History Week here at the library. It's also Banned Book Week. So we're going to be talking a little bit
Yeah.
about that, and we're doing a special book club that addresses both.
Yeah.
So that's called synergy.
Yeah. We
That's
should
called
say
synergy.
I have cut out, when I edit the podcast sometimes,
Yeah.
I've edited out my rants about Harry Potter fans. I've edited out rants about
The Hugo Awards.
the Hugo Awards.
Yeah.
But I've never edited out my rants about people banning books. I always leave.
I know.
I think one time I told...
Or parents who are discouraging their kids from reading graphic novels.
Yeah.
You leave those in because
That
those are
I
golden.
shut them down,
those
too,
are
yeah.
golden.
Golden Girls.
So we're going to talk banned
Right
books,
back.
and this guy's going to get fired up.
Now
and I love it.
Maybe this
I love it.
year I'll be fine.
No, that's the whole
No.
point. That's the whole point of discussing challenged books because it should get you
I
fired
think
up.
one time I think somebody you read a description. It's like, we just didn't think it was worth bringing in the material.
Yeah.
And I was just like, shut up.
Yeah.
So you can go back. I can't remember. We
Yeah,
have.
Eric went to an overpass, put a brick on his car, and just let it drive into a stream while screaming. "Ah!" So he felt better. I like that car though.
We've done this a few times.
Yeah, we have.
So I can't. We'll have to find the old episodes.
Yeah,
where
I'm
we
not
talked
sure.
about.
I mean, every year we do it every September. So
Oh yeah. Well, there you go. Just under
subtract
September.
52 episodes. So probably episode 110 and episode 68. 58.
58.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah.
We're going to get into the most challenged books of 2017. So we're not going to talk about all time. We're just going to talk about the ones, although some of them are perennial favorites for the old banned books crowd.
Back.
So, good.
But 2017
good
has some
them,
brand
I
new
guess.
stuff.
It does. Yeah. 2017.
I like when they come up with the reasons why they're challenged. You're like, no, I think we know why you challenged us. So, yeah. When the hate you give is like, it's language. I'm like,
Yeah. Let's get into the bookmark, huh?
Sure.
I read some good, some weird.
Hey, that sounded like, I felt that was a little like too kind of me. I was like, sure.
Yeah, it
Why
was.
not?
It was really.
Come on,
yeah,
Nick.
yeah. It was almost. I felt like you were a bit of a pushover,
Hmm.
and I lost some respect for you. So I hope you can gain it back.
Yeah.
I hope that you can gain it back. So I read the following.
Oh wait, you're talking about the
Let me
books
do
you
it.
read.
Okay. I was, as I mentioned last week, I've been reading Farewell to Arms for our special banned books / History Awareness Week book club.
I got nothing.
Which is 3:30 on Thursday, the 27th, I believe, is
And
the
if
date
I
of that.
remember, you were loving this.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't, but it won me over.
Oh, snap.
It was a pleasant surprise. Yeah, by the end of the book, it gets to a certain point and it kind of switches gears and it becomes much more engaging and much more exciting, and it won me over.
Nice.
So yeah, I would say I ended up kind of being a fan. I also watched the movie, the original movie, not the. There's a more recent one. I watched the one from the 30s. Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good. I mean, a little bit of a watered down adaptation, but still,
Right.
I thought it worked. I thought it was decent.
Cool.
So I read that. Looking forward to discussing that in the book club. And there's plenty of time to join us. So if you're local, please do that. If you're not local, you can always send us your thoughts on Twitter at All the Book Show. You can email us at wellsville@stls.org or find us on Facebook at David A. Howe Public Library.
Is this the only Hemingway you've ever read?
It is.
I've only read The Old Man and the Sea.
Well,
and again,
Red
that
Hot
was,
Chili Peppers didn't write a book about or a song about Farewell to Arms.
Yeah,
so
that's true. If they did,
how could you? I also read
Farewell to Arms. I'm gonna miss you. That would be the Chili Peppers song. That was just
good.
Can't Stop.
In quite a departure from Farewell to Arms, I read Zero to Hero, #1 in Henry Winkler's Ghost Buddy
Two
series.
questions.
Yes.
Why?
Yes.
Second question. How is this different than Farewell to Arms?
Yeah, both good questions. Both
Okay.
good questions. Well, I mean, I've always liked Henry Winkler, and I've always thought, I should read his books. And then he won the Emmy recently
For Barry.
and
a show I watched all of.
and did a funny speech where he was like, "Daddy won," which I thought was hilarious.
He is really funny.
Yeah,
and
he is.
Barry gets dark and serious, and your point where you're like, I don't think this is a comedy anymore. But Henry Winkler is like always on. He's great in that.
I've never seen something like even stuff that's bad. You put Henry Winkler in, and you know you got a few good minutes.
He's the woman who's investigating the murder, and Henry.
This is Barry.
And Barry.
Okay, I
Henry
know nothing
Winkler
about-
is just like chasing after her, and he's just so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you're right. He's
I
a
suggest
hilarious
watching
guy.
Barry for Henry Winkler.
The library I worked in when I was a kid, really, had guest authors occasionally. And Henry Winkler was supposed to come, and I was going to meet him and have dinner with him, like as part of the staff,
Yeah, can we do that here?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Great.
And it fell through, and I've always been so disappointed by that.
Sorry, man.
But anyway.
You hadn't even seen Happy Days at that point.
Yeah.
Nick has only just started watching Happy Days for the first time.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday have not been Happy Days
Yeah,
for Nick.
that's
Thursday,
true.
Friday, Saturday, forget it.
Yeah.
Sunday? Well, yeah.
Starting.
Well,
It's
what a
beginning.
day.
It's beginning. So he writes
Rocking all week with you.
Henry Winkler was diagnosed with I can't
Dyslexia.
remember. Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
In his 30s.
Yeah.
And was just kind of learning to deal with that, and then got into this situation where he was given the opportunity to write books about that. So he has a primary series that deals. The main character deals with that, and that's been a really popular series, adapted into other things. Ghost Buddy is written with the same co-author, Lynn Oliver.
Ghost Buddy.
And this is just more sort of a goofy. They move into an old house, and there's like a ghost kid
Yeah.
who doesn't get to cross over until he like helps someone.
When you're sad and you're feeling blue,
yeah,
who are you going to call?
Ghost Buddy.
Ghost Buddy.
Okay. All right. So this was on Overdrive,
Sorry.
read by Henry Winkler.
Oh, there you go.
So
Yeah.
So this was really fun. I kind of I have a soft spot for this like J level, like, this is a spooky book.
Yeah.
You
This
know?
is the cover looks very 90s.
Yeah, it does.
This is
it
like,
does.
yeah, this is
not that
you'd be
old.
like, whoa.
But I think this was fun. I think for like an 8 to 12-year-old,
yeah.
I think they would really enjoy this. I liked it.
All
It was
right.
fun. It was a quick audiobook, and again, read by Henry Winkler, Emmy
Yeah.
Award-winning
Emmy,
Henry
yeah.
Winkler. So good times. And then I read something that was terrible called Under Your Skin. This was Action Comics, DC.
This is a
DC's
Superman for
sort of. It was like a Smallville zombie story.
Ooh.
And then, as if that wasn't enough,
Mhm.
there was another section
Nick
on
hates zombies.
Bizarro, which I also hate. Who's
Yeah,
kind
you
of
hate
a
Bizarro?
zombie character.
He is
so.
kind of a zombie.
You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was thumbs down. I only have
Okay.
2, but
All right.
if
And
I had
again,
more.
thumbs down, not Bizarro speak for thumbs up.
Correct.
Okay.
Regular Superman speak.
Correct. Regular speak, not.
Everything I'm saying is regular
Okay.
Superman speak.
Okay.
That was Bizarro speak, and you fell for it.
Oh,
So,
no.
I'm currently
Not
reading.
Bizarro.
Oh, now I don't have it in front of me.
Do you think
Lu-
in Bizarro
Yes.
World there's a song from the 90s called How Bizarro?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I do.
But everything's like really normal?
Yeah, everything's
Like
fine.
I
It's
asked
totally
for French
normal.
fries and
Yeah.
they give me
And
fries.
I got some
How
cereal and I
bizarro.
poured milk in them. How,
How
bizarro.
bizarro.
Yeah. I'm currently reading
Oh,
Luke
boy.
Skywalker and the Shadow of Mindor.
Yeah, you're in like a Star Wars, Star Trek book club?
Yeah,
I assume this is for
yes,
that?
it is. It
Because
is.
The cover look, Star Wars covers can sometimes look pretty good,
Yeah.
and a lot of them look really nerdy. Like,
Yeah.
this is only for Star Wars nerds.
Yeah.
Casuals, get out of here. This
Yeah.
looks like for Star Wars nerds only.
Yeah. Yeah, it started cool and then
No.
I don't know. I think I'm just sort of
Started cool at the cover?
no. No, but I like the cover because it's a throwback to the Han Solo and the ... Lando
Anytime-
Calrissian and the ... You know, I mean, it's
Anytime I see Luke in his orange jumpsuit and
Yeah, why
also
do they
holding
ever-
his
Yeah.
lightsaber, I'm like, well, just
Too
pick
much.
one.
Yeah,
is he
too
a
much.
Jedi or is he the dork?
yes,
So-
right. Power converters. So that's, I'm like 100 pages in, and it's
Yeah.
like white noise, and I'm not really enjoying it. But maybe I'll come around.
Yeah.
So
Well, to those with no midi-chlorians,
Yeah.
the Force does feel a lot like white noise.
boy, that was as dull as the prequels. Then I'm reading, what's the other thing? I told you, Stephanie Brown, Batgirl, Volume 2.
The blonde Batgirl.
The blonde.
No, she's cool.
The blonde Batgirl.
I mean, it's true.
Yeah, she's
There's
blonde.
a
She's
redhead,
blonde. You're right.
there's a brunette,
Yeah.
and there's a blonde.
Yeah.
And ne'er the twain shall
And
meet.
she's the blonde. Yes, you're
Yeah.
right. It's been good. I've been enjoying it.
Stephanie Brown's cool.
Pretty good. I've got other book club stuff
she an
that I
orphan?
need to get on. No.
Then I don't understand.
Okay. I've got other book club. Her father was a supervillain, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
I don't know. Yeah.
So I've got to read Needful Things because we're coming up on our Stephen King book club, and we're doing a little raffle. So we've been sort of collecting Stephen King donations that we already have in the collection. We're going to put them in a big pool, and that week we're going to do a nice raffle of Stephen King books.
Yeah.
So
No such thing as a little raffle. Only little rafflers.
what about the Little Rascals?
Yeah, there's such things as a little
Oh,
rascals.
okay. All right. I don't think any of them are still around. I don't think any of them made it.
Well, from the 90s.
Yeah, from the 90s,
90s
Little
one, yeah.
Rascal. Yeah, they're probably still around.
Yeah.
I don't think their careers are going great, but
No.
they're still around.
There was that one kid.
Were
who
the
had-
Olsen twins in that?
No.
Yeah, I think they were.
Nope.
I'm pretty sure.
No.
Yes, they were.
No, their career was much. No, they are.
I
The
am
Olsen
positive.
twins are not in the Little Rascals movie.
Okay. All right. I'm going to wait till your bookmark to disprove that because
Okay.
I have to keep talking.
How will
right
I
now.
know that you're not paying attention?
I guess
Sorry,
that's it for
everyone.
me. I guess that's it
Is
for
it
me.
really?
I've got a stack of stuff I got to get to, but
Aren't you still reading Shout?
oh yes, Shout the Beatles biography by Philip Norman. Yes, I still have that, and I still have Grayson, the big omnibus of that whole collection.
Okay.
So what I've been doing is just sort of in between things, going back and reading a little from some of those. So those are back burner books at the moment.
Back burner.
Do you want me to tell you about my TV shows right now?
Yeah. What have you been watching?
Okay. Well, we just finished Castle Rock, so sticking with the Stephen King theme. 10-episode
Okay.
Castle Rock. Doesn't follow a particular Stephen King book. A lot of Stephen King, little pieces pulled from different Stephen King works. The only character, as far as I know, is Alan Pangborn, who is in Needful Things, which we're reading for a book club, and a couple other things. So he's in it, not the main character, but he is in it. I don't know how to rate this because I think, I sort of wish it was just an anthology show and wasn't one overarching narrative because there's an episode that focuses on Sissy Spacek's character, which is great. I loved that. And there are aspects that are really good, but then, when it resolved, I found the resolution lackluster, not spooky,
Right.
and pretty unsatisfying. Yeah. And then when you do have a resolution, it makes you sort of be like, well, what about that thing? Or what about that thing? It's like things that they were sprinkling in early on don't really relate to the place we get to. So it's like they didn't have a clear plan going in, and I think that's really evident. So Eric asked me at lunch whether or not I thought he should watch it. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it's 10 hours. I was never watching it and, like, not enjoying it.
Right.
But I think as a whole, I would probably say, no, it's not really worth it.
Okay. Listen, Daredevil
People
season
may
3
disagree,
drops in October. So that's, at this point, Daredevil is like the only drama show that I'm willing to binge and watch.
All right.
So unless they bring back Mindhunter in time for Halloween, where the frick is Mindhunter?
Whoa.
I said frick.
You did.
Everybody knows what. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I don't know. But if you have an alternate view on Castle Rock, and I'm sure people do, I would love to hear it. So please, again, Twitter at All the Book Show.
All I've seen about Castle Rock is mixed to negative reviews.
Yeah.
I have seen very few positive reviews.
Well,
so I
mean, there's it's a good cast for the most part. There are elements that really work, but I just don't think they come
seems
together.
In the post Stranger Things world, Castle Rock needed to do a little bit more than what it did.
That's fair.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fair is fair. All right. What else did you watch?
Well, we finished that and we started watching the first.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard of this?
Yeah, it's Sean Penn, which means
Penn.
I'm not watching it.
Not a fan?
I don't like Sean Penn.
He's not been great in it. We watched the first 2 episodes. It's about trying to get a manned mission to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
I do enjoy the show. I think Sean Penn is a weird choice for the role, but so far I'm in it. I'm pretty in. But that's another one that I haven't heard particularly strong reviews about.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything?
No, not good either.
Okay.
And a lot of it's been, I think the negative things I've heard about has been directed at Sean Penn. So, yeah. I think he's kind of a jerk in real life, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Anyway. We could ask Madonna. She'd probably tell us.
Were they married?
She's a straight shooter. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh. I don't know who that was insulting to, but one of them.
Sean
One
Penn.
of them is very
Sean Penn.
insulted.
I got to look up a picture of him so I can describe him accurately. Go on.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that's it. I also went to a great concert over the weekend.
He looks like a goblin potato.
Like a potato carved into a goblin, or a goblin's potato.
Like if a bunch of potatoes were around a fire, like, let me tell you a story about goblins.
Okay.
This is the goblin version of potatoes.
Okay.
So
he looks like a 68-year-old lifeguard.
Yeah. He looks like if the Mad magazine kid grew up, but also smoked a lot.
That's pretty solid. The final thing that I did was I saw a concert. I met my friend Steve Rudd, my old college roommate. We got together in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. We saw Mike Nesmith and the First National Band Redux.
My name is Mrs. Nesbit.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's Nesbit, but
Nesbit.
yes, I understand.
All right.
So we went to this concert. He did a lot of his like late 60s, 70s First National Band stuff. It was a great concert. And when we were heading in, we happened to be walking by just as he got off the tour bus, so we just like ran smack into him. It was great. So we got to we didn't have a whole conversation or anything, but it was like we were right there, so that was really cool. So there is an album for this as well. I don't know what it's called, but is
it live?
It is a live, yeah, it's a live album with the current band that we saw, and they were great. I mean, the instruments were great. All of his First National Band stuff is pretty good. It's a little more country than I typically like.
Right.
But
you like a little bit of rock and roll.
Yeah, I do. But the show was great. He did wear like the big white, shiny, sparkly cowboy hat that he wears on like the albums.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny. Very good show. A good time seeing my old friends as well. So, yeah, pretty successful weekend.
All right.
What about you?
Nice. What have
What have you been reading?
What have I been reading? I finished Venom Carnage Unleashed. This is a collection. I've been reading them in the single issue form of Marvel Unlimited, but this is like the comics you would find in there. There's a few stories. There's like
So Marvel Unlimited has comic books, and you can read story arcs.
Yes.
Okay, because the DC universe is garbage.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
That's all right.
But you get to watch Birds of Prey.
Yeah, which I have on DVD and have for the last 15 years. So
I was trying to tease the DC app, but I think you kind of teased yourself like, I own Birds of Prey.
Yeah, you're right.
And some people were like, what?
Hey, the Olsen twins were in the Little Rascals movie from 1994.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding. They were Darla's friends. They were in it.
Oh,
I'm
well,
not
there you
wrong.
go.
I'm
Yeah.
not wrong. It happened.
When all the kids are like, yeah, I remember the
Boys,
sleep.
that whole
girls,
thing.
blah.
Let me ask you this.
Sure.
90s Little Rascals. Good movie, bad movie?
I remember liking it as a kid.
I remember liking it too.
I wonder.
I've
I
seen it
remember
multiple times.
there were
I think
bits
it
in
holds
it where they're like, "We got $1, we got $1," and it's just like, I don't know. It just seems like a happy.
We got to Yeah, I remember.
You know,
I
it's-
remember.
It's a pretty like good spirited film.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
if it
think
holds
so too.
up. So.
If you're asking me over to watch Little 90s Little Rascal,
Okay.
my answer is 1,000 times yes.
Man, Venom comics in the 90s, I've already said it. They're not good. Bad. But also, so like,
do they star Venom?
yes,
That
they do
might-
star
that
Venom.
might be the problem.
Okay. So I was putting together my reading order for these. So you have War of the Symbiotes, and it was happening at the same time as the storyline Carnage Unleashed.
Uh-huh.
And you start with the first issue of War of the Symbiotes, and Carnage is in a coma, and they're like, as seen at the end of Carnage Unleashed. I'm like, but Carnage Unleashed isn't over yet. And this happens before, and so it's all a mess. But anyways, there's one good-ish.
The worst thing that happened to me like that is the Straczynski run of Spider-Man, where
yeah.
it's like they referenced something and they were like, as seen in the Doctor Strange.
That never happened.
And it didn't happen. I looked all over, and it's like, yeah, they never did that.
Yeah.
They just like teased it as if it had already happened.
Yeah.
Ugh. But then DC Universe came along. That was no longer the worst thing that happened to me comic book wise.
As far as I know, I've now read all the comics, the Venom comics that the movie's gonna be based on.
Take a bow. Good
but
for you.
There's still 2 more like graphic novels worth that I have to read.
Thank goodness.
So I'm going to read them. But yeah, the 90s Venom series, it doesn't help that he's not a villain. It doesn't help that there's no like overarching. He's just constantly like, how do we know if it's the suit or me? But there's some pretty good titles.
I
in
like
there.
that voice.
Thanks.
That's a good voice.
The last one was called Sinner Takes All, which I
Yeah.
thought was fun. We
Yeah.
meet his ex-wife. She gets to wear the
Oh.
Venom suit for a little bit.
Cool.
Turns
I
out
don't know.
Venom has never eaten brains until next volume, The Hunger.
Oh.
But he's always like, I want to eat your brains.
Yeah.
But apparently in The Hunger, he does eat somebody's brain. He's like, what? No, I've always said this is a joke. I'm like, yeah,
it
it's
was
real.
a joke.
Yeah, he was always like to threaten them.
Well,
I think he just didn't get around to getting the brains he wanted.
probably
Anyway,
not.
enough about Venom eating brains.
Please.
I've been reading a lot of the Ultimate Universe stuff. Been catching up a lot. If you follow me on Goodreads or Twitter,
Yeah.
you've been seeing them just one after the other. I finished the Ultimate Fantastic Four run. I finished the Ultimate X-Men run. I finished Ultimate 3, which was terrible. That was written by Jeff Loeb. So bad. And so was Ultimatum. Ultimatum.
Jeff Loeb does not quality
No,
imply.
he needs his good stuff has been when he's with Tim Saul and when he's with Jim Lee. And I
Yes.
think those
Agreed.
are probably like strong artists who like force the story
Yeah.
to be better. And when you read Ultimatum, it has bad art and it's a bad story.
I've always wanted to read Challengers of the Unknown,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now even more because
After
the Teen Titans go to the movies.
Challengers!
Yeah. The motion picture.
It's so
Have
good.
you ever read that one?
Challengers? No, I have not.
Because that's their first collaboration, isn't it?
Oh,
Tim Sal
maybe.
and
I don't know.
I think it is.
Tim Saul's art is great, though you don't like it.
I think it serves
Long
the story
Halloween.
well. I don't like I wouldn't want a print of it, but I do think it tends to
Oh,
serve the story well. Except for in Superman for All Seasons, where I very much don't like it.
Right.
I don't like when they're like, Superman is a giant potato man.
Yeah. all
Not
right.
a potato goblin,
Right. Just a potato man.
but a potato man.
Yeah.
Or I guess he looks more like a chicken nugget.
Superman during like the potato campfire, he's the big guy chopping wood. He's like,
Yeah.
don't worry about
Yeah.
goblins.
Yeah. He looks like back when the in Superman for All Seasons, back when the McNugget kids like wore shorts and stuff, and they were just like a McNugget with denim
Yeah.
shorts.
Yeah.
That's what Superman and Superman for All Seasons looks
Yeah.
like.
Anyways,
That's
after
right.
Ultimatum, which was terrible, Marvel kind of like rebooted the Ultimate line, and Mark Millar came back to do Ultimate Avengers.
Yeah.
Because he wrote the Ultimates and Ultimate X. Anyways, I've only read the first one because there's like 3 of them.
Okay.
But it's pretty fun. He introduced Ultimate Red Skull, who turns out to be Captain America's son.
Oh.
Which he didn't know, which Captain America. Anyway, it's just funny because when you're reading a Mark Millar comic book, you know it's just going to move well. You know the dialogue is there to serve a purpose. There's no filler in a Mark Millar comic. It's pretty silly. Like Captain America, at one point, War Machine is like, because Captain America goes rogue, War Machine is chasing after Captain America with all this tackle. He's like,
Yeah.
I basically have a nuke. And Captain America's like, not much use in front of a kindergarten. He's like standing in front of a kindergarten. And War Machine's, oh man. And then Captain America just beats the living crap out of War Machine. I don't know. It's stupid stuff like that.
Yeah. Threat of violence against children.
He's like, you're not going to. I don't know.
Yeah.
But also, this is definitely Ultimate Marvel, because regular Captain America would not. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ultimate Iron Man, that was okay. Ultimate Comics, the new Ultimates, that was bad. That was Jeff Loeb again.
Oh, boy. This is a whirlwind. I don't.
So, also, I read Ultimate Enemy, Ultimate Mystery, and Ultimate Doom.
Are you getting paid like a nickel every time you say Ultimate?
Ultimate.
Are we going to start talking about the Ultimate Warrior?
Have you ever looked at the very first issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, which came out in like 2000?
Yeah.
The Ultimate logo is like the ugliest. Oh, shut up.
I do. I hate that Spider-Man art.
Oh, never mind. We're not going to talk to Nick anymore about fun stuff. Nope, you've lost your fun stuff privilege. Mark Bagley is a great artist.
Yeah.
You can't draw crap compared to Mark Bagley.
You're right. You're right. And no one draws crap quite like Mark Bagley.
I'm trying to point out that the big Ultimate logo used to be like the ugliest thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just this like, it was like a stamp, a metal stamp. Just put, I can't describe it. Go find it, folks. Also, I'm reading The Collapsed Empire by John Scalzi. So I got to finish this because it's almost October. I gotta get my Halloween reads.
Yeah, my ghost buddy. I think maybe that's starting my my Halloween reads. I gotta get on it though because we got 2 book clubs I gotta do. So
yeah, I'll probably be reading. I'm reading The Dead Zone.
You're reading Dead Zone,
right?
Okay.
Reading Dead Zone.
Needful Things is first. So if you want to do Needful Things,
right,
that is first.
And then I don't know what else. I have to.
The Wolfen? Is this the year?
Oh yeah, I was thinking The Wolfen.
I think you should.
And I want to find a YA one. I might read Stalking Jack the Ripper. That
presented by Jimmy P.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if it's any good.
Yeah.
So because we read the Dracula one, I think, right?
We did it for a Sexy New Book. Yeah,
that's right. So anyway, John Scalzi, it's different than I thought it was going to be so far, and it's not as goofy as I was warned.
Okay,
but I think that's because I'm reading it myself, and Will Wheaton.
Wheaton's not.
And then he slipped on a banana peel. Shut up, Wesley. All right.
He does not think that's funny.
No, he does not. He quit Twitter.
What a baby.
No, I mean, it makes sense.
Oh, okay.
People are mean on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean, good for you.
Yeah.
All right. Was that bring us to a close?
For what we've been reading?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably should.
All right.
Sorry I'm talking so much Ultimate Comics all the time.
That's okay.
I got way more to read.
We're in this together, and we got to get through it together.
Yeah.
All right. Well, in some genuine book news.
Okay.
The Man Booker shortlist has been announced. So I will give you the titles. They are as follows.
Okay.
Number 1, Milkman by Anna Burns. Anna Burns is an Irish author. She's the author of 2 novels, No Bones and Little Constructions, and the novella Mostly Hero. I'm pulling this list from India today, by the way. Washington Black by Esai Ejigan. Let's see.
Okay.
Her second novel, Half-Blood Blues, won the Giller Prize, was shortlisted for the Man Booker, Orange, and Walter Scott Prizes, and translated into over 10 languages.
Can you make this sound a little more exciting?
Well, the cover for Washington Black looks great. I don't know if you have that up, but
no.
It's pretty exciting. Everything Under by Daisy Johnson. This is interesting. The youngest author ever to get nominated. She's 27 years old. Congratulations. She's the winner of the Harper's Bazaar Short Story Prize, the AM Health Prize, the Edge Hill Short Story Prize. Her debut short story collection, Fen, was published in 2016. So this book, Everything Under, has been shortlisted for the Man Booker Prize.
Woo!
Number 4 on the list, The Mars Room by Rachel Kushner.
That sounds fun.
Does it? Just based on the title. Okay.
Yeah.
Her debut novel, Telex from Cuba, was a finalist for the National Book Award and a New York Times bestseller.
This isn't Mars, the Roman god of war, is it?
I don't know. I don't know anything about it.
Is Mars the Roman god of war? Is he Aries?
I never can remember. That's not a place where I'm
Mars,
strong.
Roman god.
All right. The Overstory by Richard Powers, author of 12 novels. He's had one longlisted for the Man Booker Prize before.
He is. He's the god of war in Rome.
Oh, okay. He is the recipient of the MacArthur Grant and the National Book Award and has been a Pulitzer Prize finalist.
Yeah.
So, The Overstory by Richard Powers.
Okay.
The Long Lake by Robin Robertson. Let's see. Her first collection of Painted Field won the Four-Way Prize, Best First Collection, and the Scottish First Book of the Year Award. So the winners of this award, of the Man Booker Award, is going to be announced on October 16th. So we'll cover the winners then. But you have 6 on the short list here. So if you're planning to read them all, get going. We'll post the list on Twitter if you haven't seen it. You can find more information about the prize in general on manbooker.org.
Okay.
So you can check that out. Advance notices.
Hit us.
All right. Here's what we've got.
Uh-huh.
From a friend of ours, the early star of the All the Books podcast, Joyce Carol Oates.
Back when we were a Joyce Carol Oates exclusive podcast.
We only covered Joyce Carol Oates.
First 8 episodes, I feel like.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And it is called The Hazards of Time Travel.
Oh, yeah.
An ingenious dystopian novel of one young woman's resistance against the constraints of an oppressive society from the inventive imagination of Joyce Carol Oates.
You don't want to go back in time and like swat a bee and find out it's your great-great-grandfather.
Yeah, if your great-great-great-great-grandfather was a bee,
yeah.
You don't want to swat that bee. Yeah. All right. From James Patterson, and I'm happy to report only from James Patterson. So James Patterson's earning his check.
Finally,
this time,
some quality control.
This time, folks. A leader has fallen, and the procession route from Capitol Hill to the White House is lined with hundreds of thousands of mourners.
Yeah.
None feel the loss of a president more keenly than Alex Cross, who has devoted his life to the public good. I'm not going to read anymore because I've been reading this series and I don't want to spoil it.
So deal with that, listeners.
Target Alex Cross, book number 26.
Wow.
So I have a lot to go in the Alex Cross series.
Maybe you should just binge Alex Cross.
Oh, boy. I don't know what that does to a person.
What book number are you on?
Maybe like 10.
Just read another 10.
But I mean, I've read that 10 over the last 10 years. So
just pick up the pace a little. Just make a month your Alex Cross month.
You know, you're challenging me, and
November is Alex Cross month for Nick Gunning.
I'm growing under your withering glance. I just don't know.
What?
I don't know how to pronounce this
Anyway,
one.
next. Yeah, I'm glad you have this.
Beauchamp by Danielle Steel. Beauchamp. Number 1 New York Times bestselling author Danielle Steel tells the uplifting story of an ordinary woman embracing an extraordinary adventure and the daring choice that transforms her world. What if it was an extraordinary woman on an ordinary adventure?
Right.
Because that's difficult as well.
Yeah.
Because she's sort of like, but I'm so extraordinary, and this is very...
Yes.
So that's... I don't know. I'm not saying she got it wrong, but I'm saying sequel?
Right.
Maybe?
Yeah. What is this?
She can't turn down an
it's
idea.
a corn dog, Mom. So.
And I want a third book about that guy explaining corn dogs.
Okay. That's her butler.
To an entitled woman. That's her butler, That's how the butler did it. That's great. All right. Tell me what you got on the New York Times bestseller list.
Oh, my gosh. Will I ever?
Unexpected.
All right, this is the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction.
Stop yelling.
Am I?
Yeah, a little.
All right. Number 10, Stephen King, The Outsider. He's about to become the outsider of the New York Times bestsellers list.
Sure is.
Outsider
that one's got to get out of the way because a new one's coming in.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, number 9, Nick said he was going to read this because he's going to get into The Lord of the Rings, but he's going to get into The Lord of the Rings starting with the prequels.
I got to start the earliest in Middle-earth history. I've got to start there, and I've got to work my way forward.
So he's going to be reading The Fall of Gondolin by J.R.R. Tolkien, edited by Christopher Tolkien, with illustrations by Alan Lee. Let's see if there's a new description. 1,000 of years before the events of Lord of the Rings, a hero named Tuor. So Tuor visits a secret city.
Tuor. Ooh.
So yeah.
El Dorado?
Yeah, he the Middle-earth El Dorado.
Have you or anyone in the history of the world ever seen that animated movie, The Road to El Dorado?
Yeah.
Is it good?
No.
Okay.
I didn't like it.
That's what I thought.
It was like Prince of Egypt. El Dorado was not so good. Sinbad was okay.
Sinbad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Sinbad.
Not Sinbad the actor.
Oh, okay.
Sinbad.
I never saw it.
Brad Pitt played the role of Sinbad. Michelle Pfeiffer was the goddess of chaos.
Really? little crush on Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I guess
that's all we need to share on air. Catherine Zeta-Jones was in it.
Really?
Yeah. It was funny. It was fun. It's probably doesn't hold. Anyway.
What is that, DreamWorks?
Yeah, that was DreamWorks Animation.
And then they kind of stopped after that, right?
That was all like pre-Shrek.
Right.
And then they went CGI on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, are they still doing things?
DreamWorks?
Yeah.
Animation?
Yeah.
Like Kung Fu Panda?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Madagascar? How to Train Your Dragon?
I guess. Does anybody care about How to Train Your Dragon still? I remember seeing the first one and really liking it. And everything after that I'm just sort of like, why are we doing this?
Yeah, I
Do
don't think
people-
you're their target audience.
Well, do people still like it though? I guess
Yeah.
I never hear anything about that.
third movie's coming out.
Well, I know it is.
Oh,
but-
okay.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry.
Some people like How to Train Your Dragon.
Fine.
Number 8, Where the Crawdads Sing. In a quiet town of North Carolina.
Yeah,
coast
that makes
in
sense.
1969, a woman who survived alone in the marsh becomes a murder suspect.
Right, the Marsh Lady.
Marsh Lady.
I love it.
All right. So number 7 is The President is Missing by James Patterson and Bill Clinton. Or
Yep.
as I should probably say, Bill Clinton and James Patterson. I don't know.
I don't either.
I want to know what the third writer, the actual writer
yeah,
was.
the real writer.
Where-
yeah, Maxine Pietro.
Or James Patterson was like, there's the plot. And
Yeah.
Bill Clinton was like, what if
Yeah.
he also
Yeah,
had
I
a really
like it,
cool
but-
motorcycle?
I think maybe he'd be sexier.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Thinner,
Yeah.
muscular.
Maybe a sweet tattoo.
Remember how Popeye got his strength from spinach? What if cheeseburgers did this for him? So, he's all that he is.
I didn't want to read the book, and now
Now you do, yeah.
I won't read any book that has not been blurbed by Stephen King. That's
That's
where
true,
I draw
yeah,
the line.
yeah.
So
Yeah. Number 6 is James Patterson and Andrew Borrell.
Aurora Borealis.
Yeah. Texas Ranger. Officer Rory Yates comes home to murder. To a murder charge.
Oh, not to murder. Like he's,
Yeah.
I'm home
No.
and I'm going to murder.
No, he's come home to a murder charge.
To a murder
This
charge.
is the so we've got the President Jonathan Duncan, who's a widower.
Yeah,
and then
sexy-
you
sexy
have the
president.
Texas Ranger one, where he's accused of killing his ex-wife.
So-
do you think James Patterson is working on some demons?
Maybe.
Also, the fact that President is Missing and Texas Ranger have been back to back in every spot, both 1 and 2, and then like
Yeah.
3 and 4, and now 6 and 7. I kind of feel like somebody's picking up President is Missing and then also grabs Texas Ranger.
Yeah.
Like they're just getting it as a 2-pack.
I love sexy presidents and I love Texas Rangers.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Is that Bill Clinton?
No, it's just
Picking
somebody,
up both
just somebody
books.
who's a fan.
He had to buy his
It
own
is
copy.
the worst cover. That Texas Ranger cover. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. Number 5. Number 5, The Forbidden Door by Dean Koontz. By Bantam.
The Forbidden
Bantam
Door.
Publishing. I always see that and think Batman, and I'm like, oh, Batman's in the publishing game now.
Yeah, he is.
So, Jane Hawk, a former FBI agent, must stop a secret group using mind-controlling technology. So, or maybe
Oh,
she
Dean
thinks she
Koontz.
should, but turns out she's being mind-controlled.
Dean Koontz.
Number 4, In Her Father's Footsteps, in his father's footsteps. The son of 2 Holocaust survivors struggles to become his own person after his marriage falls apart. Yeah. Sorry, that made it sound like I was relating. Like,
Yeah.
preach, brother.
Seriously.
Sorry, guys.
A confusing response.
J.D. Robb, Leverage and Death. Lieutenant Eve Dallas investigates a mysterious act of terror. So, number 2. You're laughing because my voice broke a little bit when I said terror.
You were like, terror.
Clive Cussler and Boyd Morrison. Not to be forgotten, Boyd Morrison.
Yeah, Van Morrison.
Shadow Tyrants, a
Do-do-do.
novel
Oh.
of the Oregon Files.
Oh, no.
This cover actually kind of is doing it.
Shadow Tigers.
It's a plane making a harsh landing in some water.
Oh,
And
that
it
sounds...
looks kind of like there's an island behind
Is
it.
anything aflame?
No, not. Well, I mean they're in water.
Darn it.
Juan Cabrero and his crew fight 2 destructive adversaries.
His dance crew?
Yeah.
Oh,
his dance crew.
That's different.
So Clive Cussler is finally covering the adventurers who also love to just break dance.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Yeah. This is
Got to work those demons
yeah.
out somehow. So
yeah.
dance. Why not?
Remember it's the new Step Up series. This time they're stepping up to in the
I
jungle.
don't know.
All right.
I don't think this cover's really doing it for me.
All right. Number 1, Jorah. Number 3, James Patterson and Nancy Allen. There you go. James Patterson
Hat
has
trick.
3.
Hat trick.
It's crazy. James Patterson and Nancy Allen. Ruby Borzarth defends a college football star
Love that
charged in a felony case complicated by a second murder.
Jeez.
Yeah.
The murder of the Texas Rangers wife, probably.
Oh no.
What if he's going to start like franchising? Everybody's going to
My guess is that the
Do
murder.
you think he's building towards a big like Avengers style, like Michael Bennett and Alex Cross and the Women's Murder Club all get like stranded on an island? President Duncan is murdered,
Right.
and they all have to like
Whoa.
solve his murder.
Right. Turns out he wasn't murdered. He faked his murder to
Yeah.
bring out the bad guys
Yeah.
for this team to stop.
Yeah, it turns out there was no bad guys.
Huh.
Woo!
I don't
Nail
think the
biter.
Avengers haven't been like stranded on an island. A lot of them can fly.
Yeah, I guess
Some
yeah, I
can
guess you're right.
swim.
I guess I mean more just like we've seen them all on their own. Now they're
Right.
gonna come together, meet up in Wakanda, I guess it falls apart there.
Wait, is this the Avengers story now, or are we back to the James Patterson expanded universe?
I don't know.
I don't know why, and I think I've said this before in the podcast. I don't know why writers don't team up their characters. Why there isn't an Alex Cross?
Well, I remember there was.
Who am I thinking? Where's the Alex Cross Jack Reacher crossover?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
There was talk of Kyle Mills, who's writing the Vince Flynn, the Mitch Rapp character, teaming up with Alex Cross.
Oh, yeah.
I remember they announced that, and I've seen nothing about that since. So
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it seems like that would happen more, but it hasn't really happened.
It's weird.
Ton. It is. I agree.
Spawn fought Batman.
I mean, now when it's like
it's hot.
But everybody has a co-author. I mean, not everybody, but you know, I mean, more and more that's more common. You know, Stuart Woods and Patterson and Clive Cussler and the dead Tom Clancy all have co-authors now. So it seems like that would make it a little bit more easy to cross over. Just share a co-author.
When did the Hardy Boys start crossing over with Nancy Drew?
I don't know.
Because those were two different writers.
Yeah.
So
it was.
Who solved like the more gruesome murders?
I don't think either of them solved like gruesome murders.
Oh, okay. Oh, have you watched the trailer for Chilling Adventures of Sabrina?
No.
Okay.
I want to sleep at night.
So you're not going to watch this?
No, I'm not going to watch that.
Because you found Riverdale too dark.
Yeah.
So
my guess is scary, just like dark.
Yeah, my guess is if you stopped watching Riverdale because of its darkness, you're not going to do Netflix.
Yeah, and that's just darkness with like teenagers making
bad decisions.
This is darkness, isn't like conjuring the devil. So
and it's on Netflix,
right?
And they love slamming people's heads into car doors.
Yeah, I think it's good casting.
Or
Kiernan Shipka from Mad Men is Sabrina. I think she looks perfect for the part, I could see her playing it really well. But
do you think Melissa Joan Hart's gonna get anywhere near this?
No, I think she'd be too afraid.
All right, what about Josh Hartnett? Wasn't he in a movie? No, he was never in a movie with Melissa Joan Hart.
Okay, not many people were in movies with Melissa Joan Hart.
I'm thinking of You Drive Me Crazy, but that was just some nobody. Though his career is probably hopping compared to hers.
Somebody.
Really? You Drive Me Crazy.
I thought it was.
All I remember about You Drive Me Crazy that it was kind of connected to the Britney Spears song. You drive me crazy.
Huh. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess I don't really know anything about it. Is it even called that? I think it's just Drive Me Crazy. But
yeah, fine. It's just Drive Me Crazy.
Okay.
Look, it doesn't matter. I'm the only one on Earth who's talked about this in the past 8 months.
Yeah. Isn't that the kid from Entourage?
Oh, maybe. I didn't watch Entourage.
Well, it doesn't matter.
I'm not bro
But the
enough.
Olsen twins were definitely.
Oh my gosh! All right, that was the New York Times bestsellers list. Number 1, juror number 3.
It's the guy from Entourage.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the guy from Entourage, you're saying, is a bigger name than Melissa Joan Hart. That's true.
At this point, probably. Yeah.
Weren't they doing Weren't they going to do a Sabrina? Not Sabrina. Clarissa Explains It All thing.
Talked about that a lot.
Would you want to watch adult Clarissa Explain It All or Clarissa's daughter Explain It All?
Neither. I don't.
So you don't want like a Girl Meets World situation.
I didn't want.
But you don't want like a Sex in the City version of Clarissa Explains It All. Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Sex in the City, I guess, is the adult Clarissa Explains It All.
I suppose so.
So
wow, you just burst that right open.
Yeah.
Super relevant.
Huh.
The journalism you just did right there.
Yeah, nothing's more relevant than talking about the 1990s series Sex in the City.
You're right.
Or Clarissa Explains It All.
You're right.
So.
Woo. Well, anyway, thank you for sharing the New York Times bestseller list.
Do you think Sabrina the Teenage Witch is connected to Clarissa Explains It All? They never referenced that.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
I don't think so.
She was playing a teenager for a long time.
Yeah, she was.
Longer than she probably should have.
Yeah, I think it's Sabrina. She ended up like in college as an adult, but that's not what we're talking about today.
Yeah. I remember the college years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time where Sabrina the Teenage Witch and Boy Meets World, they were both doing the college
they're
years.
like 38.
And we were just entering our teen years. Like, I don't relate to this so much anymore. College is different.
Yeah.
But they're still... I can't come up with anything.
I wish you wouldn't.
Still dealing with toenail clipping issues or something. Anyway.
Whew, busy week.
Did you ever watch Teen Angel?
Busy week here at the library.
Yeah.
We've got History Week going on. So if you're not familiar with History Week, this is the third year we've done it. This year, the themes are World War I and World War II. So the whole far wing, including the Monday Club, the local history room, and exhibition room are all full.
Is that what we call that area of the library? The far wing?
Well, it's just one of the wings. We have like the children's wing and then the other wing.
The other wing, yeah.
You know, but those are all filled with exhibits of really, really fascinating stuff. Things that you would expect to see in a museum, not like just in the library, but they're here. So we're really pleased with that.
You belong in a museum.
We've got
Now
We're
you
having
say-
a reception tonight.
Okay, it's fine.
We've got guests in the auditorium every night at 7:30.
Mm-hmm.
And this week also falls during Banned Books Week. So
Banned books.
that's why we're doing our special
We sure
Banned
are.
Book Club on Farewell to Arms, which is September 27th at 3:30. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the books that have been most challenged.
In
'Cause,
2017.
I mean, banning is not,
Yeah.
that's kind of a misnomer
No.
because nobody's like running to public.
Yeah.
Well, people probably do, but
Yeah.
publishers aren't being forced to not print things. That's, but books are challenged.
Yeah.
And every year, the ALA sort of pulls out from what they hear across the country the books that are most frequently challenged. And as we mentioned at the top of the show, several are just, it's like a greatest hits,
Yeah.
of challenged books over the years. And then some are new and current things.
Contemporary
a lot of
classics, if
YA
you
in
will.
here, it
Yeah.
seems like.
Oh, yeah. YA is the real place to do it.
That's usually the go-to.
Yeah.
It starts with YA. So the book that we're looking at, and there's many resources on this topic
This
on
is the top
ALA's
10.
website. So you can look at ala.org/advocacy/bbooks,
Yeah.
or just Google or however you search banned and challenged books on ALA, and you'll find it. But we're going to talk about the top 10
Whew.
challenged books.
Just felt
of
some political
2017.
anger rile up inside me that I had to stifle.
Good for you.
I did.
You're
I'm
learning.
not gonna share it.
You're learning.
Not on air.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
You can tell me about it later.
Yeah. When we turn off the podcast, Nick and I, it's like a
Yeah.
I don't know,
A real rap session.
rap session.
All right. Take it away.
Oh, I'm starting?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, I'm reading it? All right. Number 1 is the 13 Reasons Why by Jay Asher, originally published in 2007. This New York Times...
Actually, I didn't realize it was that old.
2007?
Yeah.
Well,
Just no one cared about it until the
No, people
show
cared
came
about
out?
it, but then, the show brought it back.
Oh.
This New York Times bestseller has resurfaced as a controversial book after Netflix aired a TV series by the same name. This YA novel was challenged and banned in multiple school districts because it discusses suicide.
Have you read this?
And anything discussing anything got to go right out.
Have
I
you
read this?
Have you read or seen the show?
No, I haven't watched the show, no.
Okay.
It's on my list to read.
Okay.
But the show, I've heard mixed things about it. So
I just was curious how the subject is handled, because
Yeah.
sometimes there's a tendency to sort of make that romantic.
yeah,
like
there's also a
glorify
tendency to
it.
gloss over everything.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. You don't have to be sorry.
Okay.
I mean, that's what we're doing.
Anyway,
we're discussing it.
13 Reasons Why.
So I was just curious, like how I'd be interested.
I'm
to
sure this
know.
was a challenge book when it first came out too, and it just came back
Mhm.
because of the show.
Okay.
So the show's getting a second season.
Oh, okay.
So
This next one, I know the author, but this is not what I'm familiar with. The Absolutely True Diary of a Part-Time Indian, written by Sherman Alexie, consistently challenged since its
Yeah.
publication in 2007. So great, a nice 10-year
Strong run,
look
yeah.
for this. Yeah, for acknowledging issues such as poverty, alcoholism, and sexuality. This National Book Award winner was challenged in school curriculums because of profanity and situations that were deemed sexually explicit. Now, are you familiar with this?
yeah, so Rolling Stone we've displayed this. I've done a display a few times based off of Rolling Stone's like top 40 YA books before, and this is one of them that's on there. We have a copy of this as well. It's challenged.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
yeah.
You're up.
I'm up next. Drama by
Oh, Raina Telgemeier.
Raina Telgemeier. This Stonewall Honor Award-winning 2012 graphic novel from an acclaimed cartoonist was challenged and banned in school libraries because it includes LGBT characters and was considered confusing. So confusing by parents. I got nothing.
God
else.
forbid it should
Yeah.
make people ask questions.
Yeah.
But now I know you've read this.
Uh-huh.
I've read her other things, but
Mhm.
no, I don't think I've read this one.
Okay.
So what is it? What's it about?
It's fine. I didn't love the book.
Okay.
But it's just the story of a girl who works, who spends her time backstage during a play. She likes doing all the backstage stuff,
Okay.
and helping the play. But she also has a crush, and her friend is coming out.
Okay.
I think I can't totally. It's been so long. That was like one of the first things I read when I got here.
Okay.
But yeah,
So
so
you think it's? I mean, that's it. It's just that
yeah, there's
someone's coming out.
yeah
and
no, there's
it's-
gay characters in it.
Okay.
So
Well, what do you think? Why confusing? Do you think it's just because of?
I don't know because
That?
some kid is wondering if he's gay or not.
Oh. Okay.
So
The Kite Runner.
I'm pretty sure some parents were like, "Oh, I thought this was Calvin and Hobbes, oh, and then I tripped on the nightstand."
They thought it was Calvin.
No, I don't know. That's my impression of a.
That would be surprising. You keep waiting for the tiger to show up.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing.
Yeah, she keeps coming home, and the tiger doesn't bust through the door.
He's not coming anywhere.
So-
That would be confusing.
I got nothing but mad props for Calvin Hobbes, though.
You know what I don't like?
Oh, no. If you burn Calvin and Hobbes right now.
No. Those decals of Kelvin peeing on things.
Yeah, they're not official.
Kelvin peeing on, like, the Jeep logo or something.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I don't like
Screw you, Ford.
I don't like I don't
Calvin's
like
a Toyota boy.
and I don't get it.
Yeah.
The Kite Runner, written by Khaled Hosseini, the critically acclaimed multi-generational novel was challenged and banned because it includes sexual violence and was thought to lead to terrorism and promote Islam. Yikes.
Where is this being challenged?
Maybe
maybe it's good they're not including the states.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Kentucky.
across. Remember when you were talking about editing things out?
No, well, didn't you just have that thing where you called you were tearing apart one city
I
a while
don't think
ago?
so.
Yeah.
Detroit?
Yeah.
There's nobody in Detroit.
Okay.
That's different.
We are definitely I don't know.
All right, you're up next. I remember when this one came out. Go ahead. You want me to do it? George.
I was going to do it. I was just getting the card. George.
So long.
Written for elementary age children, this Lambda Literary Award winner was challenged and banned because it includes a transgender child.
Mm-hmm. Written by Alex Gino. Yeah, I remember when this one came out, and we added it to our collection and everything. I sort of wondered if we'd hear anything, if anybody would question it.
Heard nothing about it.
I heard not a thing. Not a thing.
You know how I ban books I don't want to read? I just don't read them.
Wow.
So...
Well, that's a good way.
Yeah.
It's a good way to do it. Yeah.
So. Remember that one? It was Banned Books Week, and somebody wanted the kids to stop reading Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman.
No.
And she didn't even, obviously, either she knew and was celebrating Banned Books Week, or she didn't know and she's clueless. Anyways, it bothered me.
Oh, Neverwhere was, okay. I don't really know.
They didn't like Neverwhere.
All right. Sex is a funny word.
I never thought of that. Sure is.
Written by Corey Silverberg and illustrated by Fiona Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the 2015 informational children's book written by certified sex educator was challenged because it addresses sex education and is believed to lead to children to want to have sex or ask questions about sex. Don't you want children to ask questions about sex? Wouldn't you rather they ask their parents and...
Wouldn't I rather?
I mean, no. I
don't have kids.
That's just such a weird. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's dumb. Okay. Yeah. Anytime it's it promoted the children to ask questions, think for themselves. I'm watching that Vietnam documentary and watching the country just split in two in a way that we've never recovered from.
Yeah.
So reading something like that, where it's they challenge asking questions and stuff, I'm like, oh, it's all back to Vietnam.
Man, we got to get you into something fun.
Yeah, I got to
watch. Have you ever watched Mad About You? That's pretty fun. It's a pretty fun show.
But then I'm going to be like, oh man, this is where the country really split.
Over Mad About You?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it was canceled.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It was a
Country
hard
never
time.
recovered.
It's a hard time.
All right. I haven't read this book. I keep meaning to, but I'm bad at reading.
Take it away.
To Kill a Mockingbird, written by Harper Lee.
Yeah.
Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, considered an American classic, was challenged and banned because of violence and its use of the N-word.
Yeah. I have read this book. It's weird. I mean, it's a strange one to be challenged. I guess I don't really understand most of these, but I don't know. To Kill a Mockingbird, it just seems like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, man.
I don't know. I mean, it seems like an important book to read.
Seems like just get over it.
Yeah. Yeah. The Hate You Give, written
Yeah.
by Angie Thomas. So this is one that, since it's come out, has not left the young adult bestseller list. It's won basically every award.
This is
I think it won a Grammy and a People's Choice Award.
Despite winning multiple awards and being the most searched book on Goodreads during its debut year, this YA novel was challenged and banned in school libraries and curriculums because it was considered
pervasively vulgar and because of drug use, profanity, and offensive language.
However, it's about a girl standing up because her friend was shot during a police shooting.
Yeah.
And so I think they're like, there. They said the S word.
Yeah.
That's why we're banning it.
Yeah.
There's the S word, not because of anything else.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it's politically charged and there's things in here that you can sort of hide behind and say, oh, no,
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're right about that.
So
take it away.
Whew, I had to stifle some things right there.
Good for you.
And Tango makes 3. Is that true? I don't know how many it takes to Tango.
I think it takes 2.
Oh. I thought it takes two to make the thing all right.
You're right. Yeah, you're right about
by
that.
Peter Parnell and Justice Richardson, illustrated by Henry Cole. Returning after a brief hiatus from the top 10 most challenged list, this ALA notable children's book, published in 2005, was challenged and labeled because it features a same-sex relationship. Then don't read it if you don't want to.
Yeah.
Stop banning the books.
Yeah.
Some people want this.
All right. I Am Jazz, written by Jessica Herthel and Jazz Jennings and illustrated by Shelley McNichols. This autobiographical picture book, co-written by the 13-year-old protagonist, was challenged because it addresses gender identity.
Same thing.
Picture book.
Yeah, it's a picture book. But it's just the same thing. Nobody's forcing you to read this. Nobody's
Right.
putting it in your hand, opening the page, and holding a gun to your head and saying, read this out loud.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
But anyway, I don't know.
I think it's that urge to like, I mean, if you want to making your own decisions about like what you're going to expose your children to, I think is your right as a parent, but like to take it that next step and say like nobody can do this, like nobody can read this, I think is just
plenty of books that I like have scenes or things in them that make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to then. I can't get into it.
I mean, I've experienced where I've read things. I've read like YA things that I come across some things that I think like will teens, like, is that appropriate for a teen? You know what I mean? Like I've had times where I've like in my own mind, it's made me sort of think about like how, like, would I want my son to read that when he's that age? Like, and that can be challenging, but I just don't think the answer is like just black this off of the earth. Just get rid of all copies of this book. It's an insane thing. I feel like the thing to do with that sort of thing is to
It's so backwards.
well, just lean into it and discuss it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like gain knowledge and like pass on that knowledge. So if it's children that you're worried about, those children have the capabilities to be discerning and have perspective to understand these things, rather than just saying, forget it, it's gone.
It's the same thing. If parents are like, "Oh, this book's too sexy. I don't want teens reading this book," and then they just make a big deal out of it, of course teens are going to read it. It's the same reason I don't retweet when somebody says something very stupid and then comment on it.
Right.
Because, like, that's just going to put more eyes on the stupid thing.
Yeah.
So, like, stupid parents, if you're upset about this one thing, just shut up. You're helping who you think is wrong.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
Sorry, I told parents to shut up again.
Well, it's a good point in a messy way to make that good point, because what you're saying is true.
Maybe I do.
Anytime you pull something aside and you're like, this is bad, like that's one person holding that book up, and if you're going to get a legion of people behind you doing the same thing, and suddenly where nobody was paying attention, you have a crowd of people holding up a book that has now become something that we all talk about. It's the reason why anybody has read the Da Vinci Code. I guarantee it is. You know, like at the time, it was just this huge scandal. And so then everybody read the book. And now, like, Dan Brown owns a couple of houses because of that. You know what I mean? So
good job, everybody.
Yes, the point you're trying to make is a good one, that in doing this, you're only elevating it. Yeah. So there are better ways to handle it, ways that don't have to, like, infringe on how other people are living their life. So
I'm gonna read all these books right now. You know, I'm probably not.
The cliche that knowledge is power is exactly right. You know, so like get some and then use that power wisely. Yeah.
We should just do an inspirational poster that says knowledge and then get some.
Yeah. Well,
so
it wouldn't be the worst. Wouldn't be the worst, I'll tell you that. We currently have a display of challenge books in the library here, so you can take a look at that. We have the list, and we have some lists posted around the library as well of some perennially banned books around. So if you're curious and want to know more about the topic, we can certainly help you with that. And
I
of
love
course,
when
an internet search will find you these things too, and we'll be glad to get these in your hands if you want any and all of them.
Yeah. I love when Fahrenheit 451 is challenged.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, oh, so you actually haven't read this book then?
You don't get it at all.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, you can find more on ala.org or many different places around the internet, and we'll retweet some of these as well. So you have but to look at our Twitter page, and you can find
you have but to look
about all of these things. All right. That's going to do it for our spotlight, I think. You want to talk a little bit about library news? We already mentioned History Week and all that. I can tell you that the book clubs we're wrapping up on Farewell to Arms, which is the 27th. We're finishing up Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. We're going to meet on that for October 3rd. Mm-hmm. Real informal. We just kind of sit down and chat about it. It's not a Nobody's put on the spot. It's not a list of questions. It's just like, what did you think? What did you think? You know, some people are very talkative. Some people don't talk much at all, and that's fine. So join us for book club.
Some people are ghost, and they can't speak,
like
even though
Ghost
they
Buddy.
wish.
Ghost Buddy
Ghost
by Henry
Buddy's there.
We're starting Needful Things, which is the first of a 2-part Stephen King book club we're doing over October. So we're going to do Needful Things and then The Dead Zone back to back, and have a little Stephen King giveaway with the books
Nick
that
panicked
we're collecting here.
and switched Needful Things after Cujo was reviewed by some people as
I didn't panic.
grotesquely gruesome.
Cujo was the one that was originally suggested, and then when I brought it to the book club, most of them had already read it.
Oh,
so
okay.
even if it wasn't that it was gruesome, I probably would have switched it anyway because when the majority
That was when
read it,
Stephen King was in like a cocaine fueled
pretty much,
binge.
Yeah,
right?
and they all were like, "Oh, this is the most gruesome book ever." So we were like, well. To tie in with Castle Rock and all that, we thought we'd do Needful Things, which was another patron pick. So it all worked out. So yes, Needful Things and Dead Zone.
King says he likes the book and he wishes he could remember writing parts of it, but he just can't.
Cujo.
He just can't remember. Right? He said, "Yeah, that's the one where he like woke up and Cujo was on the typewriter." He's like, "What?"
Well, we've got some Halloween events coming up in the next couple of weeks.
A cocaine-fueled
We're gonna
drama.
have to arrange a time for the Queen of Halloween to join us on the old podcast. So Sally Murphy.
Yeah, Sally.
Yep, Sally Murphy.
Yeah.
Sally Murphy Jacoby, I guess we should say.
Yeah.
Who's now moved away from us, and we miss her. So come back. Anything you want?
Sally, come back.
Anything you want to say, library news
You
wise?
can blame it all on me. Okay. Arcade Tuesdays every Tuesday, 3:00. Teen Nights every Wednesday, 5:30. And October 5th, we're showing Solo, a Star Wars story. Or is it a Star Wars story Solo? It's Solo, a Star Wars story. You can find out all the cool things. How to get his jacket. How to get his name.
You know what? I like it.
Yeah.
I like the movie.
Yeah.
I don't care who knows it.
No, I know.
Oh, okay.
It's this one's an easy one to like. Very unchallenging. Oh, that's what it's like.
You enjoyed
Knowledge.
it. No.
Get some.
Yeah, but seriously, now I need to know. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
Solo, I would have enjoyed it more again as if it was original characters.
Yeah, I
But
remember that.
yeah, that's a really
get in
snotty
here.
thing
We're
I
gonna
say.
we're gonna do a picture.
I'm in a bad mood today.
Lean in here.
Am I? What are we?
Yeah, we're doing
taking a picture
Yeah,
on air.
Yeah, we're taking a picture on air, and then we're gonna tweet it so everybody knows.
You're taking a picture of your mic stand.
I'm not trying to.
I wish.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. That was for you listeners.
Yeah.
This is a sloppy episode.
You're sloppy. Sloppy Joe.
What?
All right, that's going to do it for this week's episode of the All the Book Show.
Sloppy Joe now.
We'll see you next week.